going to walk you through a couple things, like I said. So this first one is an out-of-the-box report that we have. And basically what it does is it will show you at the object level every profile and permission set in your org and what cred access they have to the particular object that you're looking at, right? So here I've started with all of my profiles and I've got my permission sets and I've got all the object names, and it's going to give you your create, edit, read, delete, modify, view all. Really simple, right? But this is really leveraging all of the information that we've captured during our scans. Really simple org for us here, so I'm sure that your totals up here would be significantly higher. But really quick, simple report, easy to generate, but it does give you some of that visibility for a deep dive in a matter of seconds, rather than needing to go through and try to put all this together. You know, another example, and there's some of them that come out of the box, but you can really slice and dice this in a number of different ways if you need to. Okay. So now what we will often then hear is that you'll need a more detailed view of access of a particular type. So we can allow you to slice and dice this in a deep dive in 3 different ways. The first one is an object first view. And so here, for example, I can say, well, I need to have a closer look at the account object. I can go in and look through and select various different you know, properties of those objects that I want to have a deeper dive into. So you can see there. And then I can have a closer look to see which profiles or which permission sets I want to look at specifically against the object and the different properties that I've outlined up here above. And so here, if I just go and I add like a change manager and a solution manager, and I roll down here and grab something else instead, I can add those ones in. And now this is done through an Excel export. But it's a great way all in one sheet to give you a very granular view. If you wanted to look at this in a different way, you can do it with a profile and permission sets first view. So here you're going to go through and first select the profiles and permission sets and all the different settings that you'd like to export for them. And for users, you can obviously do a very similar thing where you can go through and you can select the different users that you'd like. Okay, look, there I am. And go in and select those settings as well. And so just to give you an idea of what this output looks like, I'm going to show you, and I already had it queued up. It would normally just get emailed to you, but here is a view of our object export. So you can see here that I grabbed the account object, I grabbed those 2 different profiles, and I grabbed a permission set here. And it's going to give me my cred details for the account object specifically for those. And then as I scroll down here a little bit, it's going to show me all of the custom fields on the object. And if I scroll over, I'm going to see the specific access that these different profiles or permission sets have to them field by field. And as I keep scrolling down, this is where I'm going to get into, yes, my standard fields, and then the other formula fields and web links and record types, which are some of those other properties that I selected at that initial menu. And so, you know, what we often see is that you'll identify through, you know, your audit prep process, a series of objects that are material for audit or that are materially or in scope for impact to revenue. And so what you can go in and do is generate a report similar to this for a few of them all at once. You can't do too many because you run into limits, but and do a deep dive all at once. Make sure that you're at a really good level of access across these objects for audit. And then what you can do from there is once you've got that baseline in place, you can start to build out change controls and change process to monitor for changes to that access going forward. So rather than needing to report on everything, you can get to a really good place and then only report on the changes that have happened to a much smaller group of things.